What's going on, guys? Welcome to Getting to the Facts. I'm your host, Andrew Curiel. We're going to go right back into this about the whole immigration thing, about everything going on in LA, because it seems like it's still going on, and it seems like there's a lot of people that are willingly misconstruing what the difference between undocumented and illegal immigrants are. Okay? Obviously, if you're undocumented, but you came in through the proper port of entry, you're legally allowed to be here, whether I like it or not. Okay? I don't care about that. I care about illegal immigration where you purposefully skirt the port of entry just so you can get in the United States. We need to kick every one of them out, which is like 90 to 95% of all illegal immigrants. Okay? And the new ones that got flown in off the CBP One app, those need to get out too. I don't care if those were asylum. Those are all economic asylum. You don't claim asylum by hopping on a goddamn plane to get in the United States. Okay? But we're going to hop right into it. We're going to start with Gavin Newsome actually having a little press conference trying to puff his chest, saying that he's going to have control over his National Guard troops again. But we'll see if that's actually true, all right? But make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. I really do appreciate it. But let's watch this real quick and see what we got.
Sets forth limits. The president is a constitutional officer. The president of the United States works under the Constitution. And so we are very gratified by this decision. His section that he asserted the authority to overrule the objections of a state governor. Clearly, in the 36-page order, those cornerstones that he claimed or asserted were not met. Section 12, 406, clearly there's no invasion, there's no rebellion. It's absurd.
Kind of is.
Clear, the National Guard will come back under my authority by noon tomorrow. The National Guard will be redeployed to what they were doing before Donald Trump commandeered them. The National Guard will go back to border security, working on counter.
Yeah, because he cares about that so much.
And fentanyl enforcement, which they were taken off by Donald Trump. The National Guard will go back to working on what we refer to as the rattlesnake teams, doing vegetation and forest management, which Donald Trump took them off in preparation for wildfire season. The National Guard, men and women, will go back to their day jobs, which include law enforcement, that he took them off the job. I will work with anyone to advance the interests of 40 million Americans that I happen to represent here in California.
Just the illegal and homeless. That's it.
Not a closed fist. But I also am going to stand firm and tall and push back against lawlessness, against someone that does not believe in the rule of law, does not believe in constraints, does not believe in the Constitution, who is
say that to the Waymos that were caught on fire.
That threatens not to abide by orders, and Donald Trump better abide by these orders, or we have a constitutional crisis, likes of which we haven't seen in our lifetime.
Guys, it is just absolutely rich hearing Gavin Newsome talk about lawlessness. Okay, you just allowed illegal immigrants and citizens. Don't get it twisted. There's a bunch of citizens up in there being stupid as hell trying to protest like this. That turns into riots. They lit over 5 Waymos on fire. Remember last time that I put a video out, we watched that video clip. A dude is standing on top of a burning car with waving a Mexican flag. Okay, they were burning American flags and waving Mexican flags and whatever other country that they wanted to represent right there. Imagine any other country that allows that. Okay, like there's no other country in this world that would allow that. It is just absolutely insane. And this is the one country where you don't want to leave, but you're going to rep that other country so much. Like, I understand. I love the culture. Don't get me wrong. I'm half Hispanic, like I mentioned last time. But I'm a American. I love the United States. This is the greatest country in the world that gives everyone the best opportunity to succeed. But you have to come in the right way. You have to respect the laws of this country, because we are not an authoritarian country. Okay? Freedom comes with a price. You have personal responsibility with freedom. So this is what I just don't understand. But now let me show you this, just so, because Gavin Newsom was getting on his high horse saying, "Oh, Donald Trump better listen to the law. He better listen to the law." Well, will Gavin Newsom listen to the law? Let's see. Because when we go over here, guys, the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals on Thursday temporarily blocked a federal judge's order that directed President Donald Trump to return control of National Guard troops to California after he deployed them there following protests in Los Angeles over immigration raids. The court said it would hold a hearing on the matter on Tuesday. The ruling came only hours after a federal judge order was to take effect at noon Friday. Earlier Thursday, U.S. District Court Breyer ruled the Guard deployment was illegal and both violated the 10th Amendment, which defines power between federal and state governments, and exceeded Trump's statutory authority. The order applied only to National Guard troops and not Marines who were also deployed to L.A. And then let's scroll down here. We got a little bit more. California Governor Gavin Newsom, who had asked the judge for an emergency stop to troops helping carry out immigration raids, had praised the earlier ruling. Today was really about a test of democracy, and today we passed the test, Newsom said in a news conference before the appeals court decision. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump thanked the appeals court Friday morning. If I didn't send the military into Los Angeles, that city would be burning to the ground right now, he said. The White House called Breyer's order unprecedented and said it puts our brave federal officials in danger. The district court has no authority to usurp the president's authority as commander-in-chief, White House spokesperson Anna Kelly said in a statement. The president exercised his lawful authority to mobilize the National Guard to protect federal buildings and personnel in Gavin Newsom's lawless Los Angeles. The Trump administration will immediately appeal this abuse of power and looks forward to ultimate victory on this issue. And I got to agree, guys. There's nothing that Donald Trump did that was against the law. Was it against protocol? Maybe. Yeah, because we always try to be respectful of the governors of each state, right? The president is most likely going to ask the governor, hey, things look crazy. Do you need the National Guard? We need to step in? But see, in that situation, that's just being nice, because when the president feels like they need to utilize the National Guard in a state, that means the governor did not do that already. The governor has control over the National Guard already. So if you're not deploying the National Guard to protect federal buildings and to help out local law enforcement when things are getting crazy, things are getting lit on fire, people are throwing bricks at cops and everything like we were seeing. Like, when are you ever going to call the National Guard? You're not. He wanted the city to burn, guys. That's the crazy thing. All right. But we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to watch a little video clip of The View. Okay. I can't stand these ladies because they speak out of their left side of their mouth. Okay. Like, I don't even know how else to put it. They speak nonsense. It's all emotionally triggered language to get women, especially women, to get them all emotional about what Trump is doing. And it's just absolutely insane, guys. Okay, so we're going to watch this a little bit here, and I got some crazy other clips for you as well. So let's see what we got here.
Governors like Gavin Newsom into taking the bait and adopting rhetoric that he thinks is going to be divisive and damaging ahead of the midterm. So what he wants to happen is he wants Newsom and Democrats to start chanting things like defund ICE, defund the police, because we know that hurt Kamala Harris. We know it hurt Tim Walz. They had to run away from those previous positions. And he's trying to create that sort of standoff right now. But here's the problem. Most Americans oppose rioting. That's just across the board.
Yeah.
They may generally be like, if there's violence, if police officers are getting hurt, they don't like this.
Which there was.
But they're for peaceful assembly as enshrined in the First Amendment. But what I think Trump is missing here is seeing U.S. troops on U.S. soil is not a sign of safety and strength. That is not how the American spirit interprets it. It's seen as societal disruption. It's seen as incredibly volatile. And it reminds us of our worst moments in history. After 9/11, after January 6th, after the Rodney King riots, the BLM, times when things were so volatile and society felt like it was really on the brink, that's when you had to deploy U.S.
But he's
troops.
creating it.
But that's what I'm saying. He's misreading
No, he's not.
interpret it.
That's what I was going to say. Let's all be very clear. What's happening in L.A. is a direct result of
She's
what
the worst
ICE
one,
is
guys.
doing
She's
in
really the worst one.
California. It's a direct result of that. This was created by ICE. Everything that we're seeing.
By a direction of the U.S. president.
By the direction of the United States and Stephen Miller.
But keep in mind, Gavin Newsom did not ask for that.
He did not ask them
And that
to
is
come.
usually
He did not,
that is usually the
that's the
process.
protocol.
That's the protocol.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know, I was reading today that CNN is reporting that ICE.
See, and I'm just going to stop right there, guys. I can only listen to so much of what they're saying, okay? But again, that's what I'm talking about. It's protocol. That's what they're saying. It's protocol. Yeah, that's normally how we're going to do it. But when Gavin Newsom already has vitriol against Donald Trump, doesn't want to see Donald Trump win at all, that's why he let the Palisades burn, and Karen Bass let the Palisades burn. They didn't care if there was water in the fire hydrants or anything. They did not want to give Donald Trump a win, okay? This is a win. The average American loves seeing this, what's going on. And you know what's even crazier? Imagine any red to purple, even a purple state, right? Any state that has gun laws that are not taken away from law-abiding citizens, you don't see riots like that. You don't see protests that turn into riots, right? You'll see protests, you'll see them, but they remain peaceful. No one riots in a state where people are armed, where the average populace has the ability to arm themselves. I wish they would in Arizona. I wish they would. We have way too many people that be carrying around here for you to start lighting Waymos on fire and freaking waving the Mexican flag around like you're in freaking Mexico. Okay, the border's pretty close here in Arizona. You can go right over. Okay, bye. Try to do that in front of the Mexican cartels. Okay, absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. So let's keep it pushing here. Because, you know, when you listen to The View, right, and they try to get you all triggered emotionally, like, this is Donald Trump started this by bringing in ICE. Yeah, legally bringing in ICE to get out illegal immigrants that skirted our laws to get in here, right? They try to trigger you with all that crap without you knowing the actual facts of what the law is in the United States. And that is what is the problem, because legal immigrants are not even on their side. You know how privileged that they're basically talking to uppity white women, okay? Uppity rich white women that probably live in Scottsdale and the Beverly Hills, right? They just feel so bad for the illegal immigrants. And actually they don't even say illegal immigrants. They just say immigrants. They wrap all the immigrants together like they're all the same. Now that's kind of racist if you ask me, right? But what this is about is legal immigrants are on the side of the average American that are for kicking out illegal immigrants. Because why? Because it makes it harder for legal immigrants to become legal immigrants. They're doing the paperwork. They're putting on the backlog because we have millions upon millions of illegal immigrants that are flooding the asylum system. And it's economic asylum. It's not even real asylum because they're skipping multiple countries to get here. It's just absolutely crazy, guys. So let's watch this clip from CNN. Again, this is a CNN clip, and it really shows you what's going on. So let's watch this here.
That immigrant citizens, immigrant voters, foreign-born voters have gone tremendously to the right on this issue in 2024 and 2025 versus where they were in 2020. Closest to or trust more in immigration. You go back to 2020. Democrats, get this, held a 32-point lead on this issue. Immigrant voters were in the Democratic camp. Jump forward to 2024, 2025. Look at that shift, a 40-point shift to the right among immigrant voters. Republicans now lead on this issue by 8 points over Democrats, more so than any other group that I could find. The group of voters who became more hawkish on immigration were in fact immigrants themselves, immigrants who are...
Thank you.
If you're here in Phoenix, right now we have an offer going
stupid
on.
ads.
We can get you a brand new, super efficient...
Sorry about that, guys.
...who are registered to vote in this country.
Absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. So I thought that was absolutely nuts, right? Even legal immigrants are on the side of actual Americans who care about this country when it comes to illegal immigration. I mean, come on. Like, I just don't understand what we're talking about now. And then just to show you guys exactly what we're talking about here, they're thinking that Donald Trump is doing unprecedented things. Do you know who deported the most illegal immigrants out of this country? Barack Obama. How many people that are complaining about this even knew about it? Most of these people that are rioting out in LA right now, they were probably babies when Obama was saying this stuff. But this is how much the Democratic Party has shifted away. I thought I was more Democratic leaning back during this, back in 2008, 2009. Like, I thought I was way more Democratic leaning. And this is why, because the Democratic Party has completely shifted away from any type of reason when it comes to this. They used to care about American citizens, but now they just care about globalization and flooding the United States with as many people as possible so we can skirt the Constitution and just completely just deform what America is. But let's watch this because it'll blow you away. You would think this is a Donald Trump speech.
This is not going to be a free ride. It's not going to be some instant amnesty.
Oh.
What's going to happen is you are going to pay a significant fine. You are going to learn English.
Oh, yeah.
You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally.
No way.
After you've done these things over a certain period of time, you can earn your citizenship. So that it's not something that is guaranteed or automatic. You've got to earn it.
Yep.
But over time, you give people an opportunity. Now, it only works, though, if you do all the pieces. I think the American people, they appreciate and believe in immigration. But they can't have a situation where you just have 500,000 people pouring over the border without any kind of mechanism to
Thank you.
So we've got to deal with that at the same time as we deal in a humane fashion with folks who have put down roots here, have become our neighbors, have become our friends. They may have children who are U.S. citizens. That's the kind of comprehensive approach that we have to take.
See, guys, I just don't understand. Where did we go? Where did we go to where that isn't good? That's exactly what the American populace wants. We want legal immigrants. If you're trying to come in and skip the line, you're going in the back of the line. You're not getting citizenship. The people that are doing it the right way get it first because they did it the right way. We were all on board with that. That's why Barack Obama won. We thought he was going to change things, and he deported a lot of people, but that was probably one of the only few things he actually ended up doing that was good for this country. Everything else was complete crap. But it's just so crazy how he even said this. This was the Democratic standpoint on it. It blows my mind how far they have gone in the opposite direction. And then they're trying to blame United States citizens that for wanting to get rid of illegal immigrants because they convolute and instead of saying illegal immigrants, you just say immigrants. Oh, Americans don't like immigrants. No, that is by far the most what the hell is the right word for this? But it's just not the right way to look at it because American citizens like immigrants. We like people from all different cultures, all different backgrounds. It don't matter where you come from. You just have to come here legally. Respect the country. Respect the opportunity that you get that you can't really get in any other country. That's why everyone comes here, guys. You know what I mean? But I hope you guys liked it. I wanted to throw that in there. I think it's a good refresher to throw in that Obama clip every once in a while so we can really kind of circle it all together and really show like this is how far the other side's gone on this issue. And it just blows my mind because it will destroy American society. And then there's no reason for anyone to come here. And I think that's what globalists want. Because they don't want that. They just want open borders all over the place. Everywhere's the same. Everywhere's crap except for if you're in political power or you have a ton of money. And I don't want that. I want people to have an opportunity to succeed no matter where you started in life. And that is what the United States had. And that's what we still have, at least for now, unless we don't protect it. Okay, guys? But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you on that next video.